Hello everyone. February has got a little bit of a march on me, got ahead of me a little bit. So we're just behind on a few videos. But I've just come back from Bordeaux yesterday. We had a clinic there last week, last Thursday and Friday. Today is Tuesday. And it's very interesting there. I was talking about how, training doesn't need to be that complicated. That it's all really just pieces of a jigsaw. And so we sort of broke it down in the clinic, and I hadn't done that before. So I want to try and make a video. We were using a whiteboard a bit. It was kind of teary in that. So I want to use, might set up with a whiteboard and see if I can replicate some of that there for you. It could be interesting. I think it could be useful, just to take some of the magic out of it, and just to break it down, because it's not that complicated really. But when you can get your head around it, and even if you can see the end result, that even if you're not there yet, if we can break it down real simple, that at least you can see the roadmap for how to get there. So that was we were in the Dordogne there around Bordeaux in France, and it was incredible. It was probably the most relaxed clinic I ever did, and I was there with one of our patrons there, Ed Muir, and to tell you the truth now, I could stay there for a month. It was just super. But I'm about a stone heavier there because they fed me like a king, and everywhere we went there was chateaus, and it was incredible. I might try and even overlay a little bit of it on this video, try and show you there when I'm talking. So that was France. The big interesting thing that came out of it is that it just got a little bit better maybe at communicating it, breaking it down. And so we'll try and do something like that this month before the month is out. And then he's in Northern Ireland. He did very well. He did very well in your Northern Ireland nursery final, and then in the Supreme nursery final. But Neil had asked me a good while ago about how do we open the dog, around the pen and say in the shedding ring and that kind of thing. And so I was doing a bit of that with Dale, and I have some video of it. So really I need to get that, even though it's too late for you. Well, it's never too late, but it's too late to help you for the nursery final. I want to make that video because the footage is there, and so we'll do that this month. So those are two videos we want to make. The one, Neil's one about opening a dog at the back of the pen or the shedding ring, and then that jigsaw one that I'm talking about where we break it all down. And so, like I was saying, February got a bit ahead on me there. We're well into February now, and I was just real busy with work, and I'm going to be real busy for the next 2 months now. It's starting to impact a bit on me in my lifestyle and my dog training lifestyle there. I have a lot of work coming in, a lot of panicky stuff, like residential stuff, where people want to move into their houses and we need to get the furniture made, because that's the day job. Also, before I went to France, I left two of my pups in with John Heffernan for a bit of B&B. But, well, that's what I said to John, it was for B&B. But I know well that John would take him out and train him. But there's one of them he didn't like so well, and one of them he did like. So he put all the training into the one he did like. And then he sort of confessed to me yesterday that, well, maybe he might have had about 2 or 3 times some days. So I'd say he's kind of, John is sort of, he's thinking he'll surprise me now when I come back, because it sounds like he squeezed a lot of training into this little pup. And the pup is by Bruce, and he's out of a Serge Gary bitch. And I was telling the fellas about him in the clinic. I was saying when I got him back as a service pup, he was about 12 weeks old, and I thought, well, first of all, he's an ugly little fella. He had nothing going for him looks wise, and then he was a little bit shy. And I was thinking that the breeder gave me, because I didn't pick the pup, I was thinking he gave me the worst one on the litter. Now maybe he didn't, but a few days around the front door socializing him the way we do, and the next thing he started to get very friendly and everything. But he does one thing that I don't like. I mentioned it before in one of those videos. I think it was with that Julius dog, the pet dog that came back. He does one thing that I don't like, that when you're going over, and my wife even asked me, why does he do that? You could be walking out the door and you could maybe go to pet him or something, and he'll roll over on his back, and he might even pee a little bit. And that's a sign I hate to see, because it usually indicates kind of a soft dog. But this fella, so he had all these signs going for him initially that not good. But then the first day I took him to sheep, and I think it's here on Patreon, the little devil, he worked like hell. And so I forgave all the stuff that I didn't like, because I was looking at the one thing that I did like. And so he's the fella we've been working on him. And I know after this week now of me being away that John has got very fond of him. He thinks he's a good one. So I think I'm going to pick him up maybe tomorrow. So I think we'll try and get a video of him. I wanted to show Ed in France, show him what kind of stuff we do with pups and the stages. And if I'll try and make that video, and I'll put it up here. So that could be, the goal is this month is 3 videos. So the pup, Neil's video, widening Dale, opening them at the pen and the shedding, and then that other one that I'm talking about, just a kind of an overview, a map of how to get there with your training. So that's the plan for this month. I just said I'd give you a little update this morning before I go to work. I'm here in this nice park in Rathdrum beside where I live, and we got to sell deer behind us, and so it's a grand spot this morning. I missed the whole big storm in Ireland last week. Any of you patrons here that are Irish will know. While the storm was going on here, I was sitting up eating croissants and drinking coffee avec mes amis en français or en France. So that's it. I'll leave you alone there for the moment.